It's an excellent point, brother. We must have our own culture and profit from it. And we do. That culture is called the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. What is culture? Culture is behavior. The racist white supremacists want us to think that culture is something that, it comes in your gene, right? But culture is whatever you say and do or don't say and do, right? Right now, I'm sitting down in a chair. It is the culture. This is my culture to sit in a chair. Me as an individual and everybody else on the planet who sits in a chair is practicing a culture, and it's their culture. Now, tomorrow, I can say, you know what? To hell with these damn chairs. I'm sitting on the damn floor. I'm on the floor. Even right now, I decided I'm gonna sit on the floor. This is my culture. I'm sitting on the floor. This is my culture. I'm practicing a culture. Mine, because I'm sitting on the floor. Some people on the planet choose to eat with their hands. Some people, that's what they do. They say, hey, I'm gonna eat with their hands, right? Sometimes I go to the taco truck, I buy tacos. I love tacos, man. Tacos is just, I love them. You know what I'm saying? Give me some, I'm trying to get away from meat, I've definitely improved on the intake of meat, but, every now and then I like to have, 3 tacos. I can get, for $5, I can get 3 tacos with carne asada, you know what I'm saying? And they good. I can get some chicken tacos. Some places sell fish tacos, but I'm eating the tacos with my hand. That's culture. I'm eating with my hand, One day I like to, sometimes I like to go to the restaurant, have a steak. I'm going back to the culture of sitting in a chair right now, but I want to eat the steak. I decide I want to eat with utensils, knife and a fork. That's culture. Our behavior, how we think, speak, and act, or don't think, don't speak, don't act, is what culture is. The racist white supremacists want us to think that there's something special about culture, and it's not. It's a part of being a person, right? Again, they want to keep us divided and conquered by attempting to keep us confused about the word that we use. But yes, United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. What else are we looking at? Let me see. Ezekiel Adu Gayamfi. Unfortunately, majority of black people only start to care about racism when their lives are in despair. Well, yeah, and it's not their fault. The reason why is because the majority of the information that they're being hit with right now at 186,000 miles per second ain't talking about racism, right? Most black people, the majority, they want to follow the trend, right? Now look, let Oprah be talking about racism, white supremacy 24/7. Oh, the majority, a lot of them, they'll peep it, but you know what's going to happen to Oprah, right? She's not going to have she ain't going to be able to interview people like Meghan Markle anymore. Like if you think about that interview, right? When Meghan Markle said she's not going to reveal who it is, basically she said she's not going to reveal who's practicing racism, right? That's what she said. Now, she might not even know. She's probably, because she was referring to Oprah, she's telling Oprah what Harry told her. So Harry might not even be told. But just notice how Oprah didn't push it. Oprah was just, what? She didn't push it. She didn't say, hey, who? Tell us who. Well, she said it one time, and that's when Meghan Markle said, we're not gonna say who that is. We're not gonna divulge that. Oprah wasn't like, I don't think that's a good idea. You cold-blooded. That's one of the major issues with this whole system right now. See, there's a whole bunch of white people out there, and evidently non-white people as well, who know which white people that are up there in the powers that be who are practicing racism. They know it, but they're not going to tell us. And that's why we still have the problems that we have today. See, if there's some white people out there who really want to help us, now I don't mind. Look, whatever compensatory investment requests you can give me, if you want to send me a couple of $1 million or even a couple of $1 billion, Cash App right there. $Dr.SYN-Q, $1 million for a compensatory investment request. Hit my Cash App if that's what you would like to do. But if you cannot do that, what would be extremely constructive is to reach out to me and tell me what white people say when there's no non-white people around. Talk to me about the racism that's being said. Tell me the plans. Give up the goods. Tell me what's being said behind the door, okay? Because you already know it's there. I mean, there's so much information that's out there that smart and powerful white people have that they circulate amongst themselves. They're They're 100 years ahead of us on a whole lot of stuff we don't know. And I'm saying that because I can remember the deal. Just think about the deal that was made for Guantanamo Bay. Have y'all ever wondered, if you ever think about this, they used to talk about how much of a threat Cuba was and how, the communists this and the communists that. But how in the hell were they able to have a base in Cuba? How can the Cubans be such a threat and there is a military base that don't belong to them in Cuba? Guantanamo Bay? You ever thought about that? Find out. Research that. How did Gitmo, they call it Gitmo Bay. How did Gitmo Bay get there? Hong Kong belonged to the British before it went back to the Chinese in 1999. The British had it for 100 years. What other properties and territories do they got on this planet that they still hold? Ezekiel, racism is warfare. Yep, exactly, against all non-white. Let's see, we are prisoners. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Prisoner cannot control what goes on in the prison. Hey, do you know Dr. Umar Johnson? I know of him. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I know, I've heard of Dr. Umar. I follow him on Twitter. Ali Al-Khalaf. So there's a lot of Muslim names up in here, or trying to be. Dr.SYN-Q. This is streaming. Go ruin it. How could I do that? And why would I ruin his stream? Deontay, shut your bitch ass up. Well, Deontay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna do this right here. That's for you. Okay. Magic Kids. Hey, don't be mean. Ali Akala. Yeah, we being religious and anti-racist here. Nope, no religious. Reach be killing. LEL. I heard of LOL. What's LEL mean? Text. PP. This dad. 4 hours strong. I sticks it take. We here. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I done went, like Christine said, I done went 4 hours strong. I think I saw Mandria in there. I seen Yusef Latif, and Mandria Montgomery. I saw y'all in there somewhere. I guess the comments just got pushed away, but thank you for showing up today. Yusef Latif, I posted that link. You might have came in late, but I posted that link that you sent me about the co-founder of the Aryan Brotherhood, just so people could get an idea of what that was like. Anyways, I left off on the seventh stop, which is stop robbing. I kind of read that a little bit, which, I read a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole thing. The other one is stop fighting. Reason, explanation. People should not fight as long as they can talk to each other, and they should talk to each other in such manner as to minimize conflict and or to better promote justice. And then number 9 is stop killing. With exception. When forced to do so in direct defense of self, others, and or major property, or except when forced to do so through the enactment of maximum emergency compensatory action. According to the code, you kill in self-defense, right? Kill in self-defense, but that's it. Self-defense of yourself or others. 10, stop squabbling among yourselves and asking racist white supremacists to settle it. Oh, stop killing. Exception. Reason, explanation. Even in direct and immediate defense of self, of others, and or in the direct protection of major property, it is best to avoid killing or maiming. Killing any aggressor should only be done when there is apparently no other known way to put an immediate stop to his or her aggression, and or when every reasonable effort has been made to escape the immediate fury of the aggressor. Now, that's right. Now, I can definitely, support that. Growing up where I grew up and receiving the type of training I received, I know how to kill a lot of ways, but I've never done it. And it would be an absolute last resort when there's no other way to get away, right? This system teaches you to believe that running away from a fight means that you're a coward. And that's more confusion. That's more BS. That's more bullshit. Okay. If you know how to kill somebody and you in some kind of situation where the thought crosses your mind to kill the person, but you know you have a way to get out. You have a way to get away from the situation so it doesn't happen. Do it. Get out of there. No, don't kill them and leave. And now, if you kill a person, stick around. Man up. You know what I'm saying? Stand your ground and serve your time if you did it. I just saw the other day, 18-year-old, let's see, what's his name? It's a video too. Let's see. Oh no, that's a new one. This is the new one right here. Let me look. I don't want to look at that one. I think it was in Mississippi. Yes. Okay. So this happened last year, but it's an 18-year-old Mississippi man, young black male, 18 years old. He was charged in the shooting death of his neighbor, and he was acting in self-defense against someone who violently attacked him after making threats for months. Deshaun Douglas was charged with murder Monday, in the Monday death of 54-year-old Christopher Milne. The shooting happened in a neighborhood near the Ross Bennett Reservoir in Rankin County, and a neighbor caught some of the conflict on video. And so when you watch the video, let's see, we grab this, put this in here. When you watch the video, right, the man, he's standing on his porch. The young black male who's 18, he's standing on his porch, and the racist suspect is challenging him, calling him names, telling him, he's gonna beat him up. And the victim of white supremacy is saying, hey, you ain't gonna do nothing. And he's saying, on God, and all this kind of stuff. If you come on my porch, if you come in my yard, if you step foot over here, I'm gonna shoot you, right? And the racist suspect still taunts him, right? So he walks away. The victim walks away. He starts walking away, and the racist suspect, you see him tackle him. He runs after him. And then the guy comes up with the camera, and you can see him, the racist suspect, has got the victim in a headlock. He's choking him and everything. And another racist suspect comes up and says, hey, let up him, let him up. And then he goes into his house, gets a gun, and he shoots the racist suspect. All right. In Mississippi, because of stand your ground laws, he was on his property. He threatened him. There was also a report filed against him. He'd already filed a restraining order against the racist suspect not to even approach him and talk to him. So the racist suspect was already violating that. Okay. So he shot him. He killed him. Okay. Now they say that he ran off and they caught him at the bank. But I don't think that he was running away from the scene. I don't think that's what happened. I believe because he told the racist suspect, basically he already knew the law. He told the racist suspect, look, I'm well within my right. You better leave me alone. So anyway, what I'm saying is when you kill somebody, stand your ground. If you gonna kill somebody, you bad enough, or you supposedly got the courage or the heart enough or whatever to kill somebody, accept the responsibility for it. Don't run. Accept the responsibility. Take it, Now, this guy, he did that, and it was self-defense. They arrested him and charged him with murder, okay? But after they looked at the video and everything, they had to drop the case. So they released the guy. They released him. I believe his name is Deshaun Douglas, 18 years old. Just click on the link. But that's what this says. Stop killing. It said, unless you forced to do so. Now, he walked away. He walked away from the racist suspect. He didn't want to hear nothing else he had to say. And the racist suspect charged him, tackled him, and started beating him up. So, but you got to understand now, every state don't have that law. Like here in California, it still would have been a murder charge. You can't, somebody attack you on your property in your yard and you shoot them. Here, at least from my understanding, I ain't no attorney, okay, but I remember reading that I'm still supposed to let that person go, and call the police. So they have to be inside my house here in California for me to shoot them. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But check out the 10 stops. Now, stop number 10: stop squabbling among yourselves and asking racist white supremacists to settle it. That's a bad habit that we have, and that's another habit that comes from slavery. because whenever the slaves got into any kind of squabble or conflict on the plantation, they was instructed to go bring it to the slave master, right? Why? Two slaves fighting in the field ain't picking cotton. You fighting, you squabbling, and you fussing and fighting. You beating each other up, the cotton ain't getting picked. So the slave master trained them to say, hey, look, there's a problem out there. Somebody better come tell me and let me know so I can solve it. Because if you out there, fighting instead of picking my cotton, I'm going to put you both in trouble. Some of that too could be where some of the snitching came from, So anyway, it says, reason explanation. One of the major non-just acts that racist white supremacists commit is to establish situations that cause and or encourage non-white people to squabble among themselves. And, there's more, but hey, I'm wrapping it up. Summary, a summary of the 10 basic stops. In order to help to eliminate racism and to produce justice, all victims of racism should, in all of their relationships with each other, think, speak, and act in support of the following 3-word suggestion. Minimize the conflict, okay? And just remember, there's 4 words that can lead to those 3 words, and those 4 words is no contact, no conflict. So you practice these 10 stops to help you minimize the conflict. And if you want to really, really get rid of the conflict, just keep it in your mind, no contact, no conflict, right? I remember back in the day when I used to be like, my mind's playing tricks on me, looking over my shoulder, because it was some people that was looking for me. And it was some people I was looking for, you know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have been pretty if we'd have met up with each other. One specific guy that, oh man, I wanted to put a hurting on him. And he wanted to put a hurting on me. Only one time we saw each other, and that was at the barbershop. One time after the conflict, we saw each other at the barbershop. And I want to say I think we had some words, and the brother in the barbershop told us, to squash it. But I think I know after that we didn't squash it. I know that, right? But we never saw each other. Now, I don't know. He could have seen me before I saw him. I don't know. But I don't think so, because I think he wanted to get me just like I wanted to get him. And it was just like, like a timeout at the barbershop, okay? But speed it up, you know what I'm saying? Like 20 years later, I was dropping my daughter off at school one day, and, I've since changed my name. My name is Khalif Muhammad. That's my name. That's my legal name, right? But back in the day, before I changed my name, it was Norman, okay? And I dropped my daughter off, and I was walking back towards my car, across the street. I was getting ready to cross the street, and I heard somebody say, Norman. And I thought about it. I said, well, damn. I said, if they calling me Norman, it's got to be somebody that know me from back in the day, right? So I go walking up to him, and I say, hey, man, what's happening, brother? You must be from back in the day. You calling me Norman? I said, who are you? I didn't even recognize. And he told me his name, and we both busted out laughing. You know what I'm saying? We busted out laughing. We was like, so much time had passed by. At that moment when I saw him, I had forgotten all about what the whole beef was over, whatever. We was just both laughing and just happy to see that we were still around. It comes to a point in time in your existence where so much time goes by that the beef or the conflict or whatever just goes away. It's not even nothing to be beefing over. And what we got into it over was a big miscommunication, huge miscommunication, misunderstanding. When I look back on it, most of the conflicts that I got into back in the day, including the gang shit, was a miscommunication. It was somebody, misunderstanding something. I remember another time, when a cat, his girlfriend, this happened at school, a big fight. We had a big fight in school. And one of my homeboys, we had this gang, the name of our club, the president of the club called and said it was a club, not a gang, but it's all the same thing. Clubs, gangs, organizations, miss me with all that. The Night Walker, right? And one of my homeboys, his girlfriend, this one guy said something to her, and she got offended. Okay, and she came back and she told her boyfriend, my homeboy, and see, back in those days, we had a thing called one-on-one. Okay, you was considered to be a damn sucker if your homeboy was fighting and you jumped into the fight, started beating up on the dude that your homeboy was fighting. That was considered some sucker ass shit. Okay, we always had a thing where it was one-on-one, and if some of the dudes homeboys got in, then we got in. Okay, and that's what the plan was with this. That's what the plan was. And the president, Neto, Neto, my homie, man, he's dead. He's dead now. You know what I'm saying? But whenever we did things, we had a plan. We followed a plan, right? So the plan was for my homie Chico, we called him Chico. The plan was Chico was gonna go up to the dude and challenge him for messing with his girl, right? And was like, okay, we're gonna watch them fight.